No, it's okay. It's great.
Oh my God, I was making my whole life already. No, anyway, what else anyway? I think I've already said everything except whatever you wanted to ask anyway. Yeah, I was just, oh my God, it felt like when I was actually telling my story when they
Pwede
were...
ba natin yung mic na konti?
Sorry.
Matama sa buhok.
Oh really? I'm sorry. I don't know. Saan? Here? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it felt...
Pero yung kanina okay.
May ano lang, pag gumagalaw.
Right.
Okay lang.
It felt like when they were asking me about the story of my life at maalaala mo kaya, straight, and then later on they got my whole life. Oh my gosh. Okay.
You're telling us about the Mystica and the lucid dream.
Okay, so back then, alright. Okay, so when I was in Las Vegas, I was actually having my Mystica and her Lucid Dreams band, and of course, I was very happy, but then it felt like I was just starting all over again. I didn't feel like I was the star that I used to have, you know, the star career or whatever career that I had already, you know, I already had when I was here. It felt like I was just one of those struggling singers who would put up the band right there. They didn't pay me much, of course, because they didn't know me right there, right? You know, it didn't matter if you were like a big star in the Philippines or from somewhere else, but if you get to a country where you're not really used to be being famous right there, you know, you're nobody. So that's when I realized that, what am I doing here? Why do I have to exert all these efforts and everything like that, putting myself back to where I come from, while in fact, if I could go back to the Philippines, I still have a lot of fans right there, you know, and I'm sure that they're going to be still, you know, continuing to patronize me as the Mystica that you know, that they used to know. So I thought, this is it. You know, I have to give up the life that I have right there. You know, I had the big mansions and I got the big houses right there. I got all these fancy cars and expensive stuff that I had there. I had all the luxury I had there. But then, if I go out, nobody knows me. I had a big house. I can even invite anybody I could trust because I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any family. So I thought, okay, I had to give everything up. So I thought I'm gonna rent things, everything. You know, I just had to rent things out. And then I just had to leave all my cars and everything right there. I'm gonna go back to the Philippines, having nothing, start all over again. Well, it's nothing because, you know, I came back and then you know, I got some investments in my my hometown. Actually, I am actually in the process of building my 5-story building right now, and it's called Villa Mystica. So it's like a 5-story condominium type, and of course, you know, it's gonna be something that, you know, that's very nice for me to retire, you know, if ever I could retire again in the show business, because I'm not really sure how long can I stay here again, because sometimes, like, you know, in reality, some or a lot of actors or actresses, like, they go away for a little while, and then when they get back here, it would be so hard for them to come back and to start all over again. So I had the fear that that might really happen to me again, but at this point, the way I feel it, it's not really, you know, it's not really the kind of fear that I had, because right now, you know, as long as I have the, you know, I have the courage and I have belief that I can start all over again. Maybe I'm not going to do like the controversy stuff that I've done before. You know, I was more known of being controversial, but at this point I wanted to show, you know, more of the talent I have. Because, you know, once you have the talent, nobody can take it away from you. That's the wealth that I have at the moment. You know, I can give up everything right now, but to give up my talent, to give up what I got, because I know that my talent is my wealth. You know, all you have to do is just go out there and show it. And then, of course, and then, you know, and convert them into wealth, convert them into money. Hey, that's still a lot of, you know, that's still a lot of wealth that I got, you know. So all I have to do is just take care of my health, take care of my career at the moment, And I still do have my former manager, that's Tita Vera Espirito, and I'm so glad that she was still, you know, willing to take me with all her heart and with open arms, because I thought that, you know, before, you know, because I was very, very hard-headed at the time. I was very stubborn. Is that really, you got to, you know, Ruby, because my real name is Ruby, or Mystica, you got to stop it now, because you don't know that you are famous at this point, but then tomorrow or the next day, nobody's ever going to take you seriously anymore. And then that's when I realized that to be able to come here, to be able to be you know, to be welcome again for the second time by my fans and by other people, by producers, by the directors and everything, because they are my, you know, they are the only ways that I could get back to the showbiz. Because if I'm not going to take care of that, if I couldn't get back their trust towards me, I don't think I could be here right now talking to you guys. So for me, with my comeback here in the Philippines, I have to maintain my value, being the celebrity, and of course being the Mystica. I had to really show that this is what I got. This is not the Mystica that they're used to knowing at the time, but it's the Mystica was really more serious and more, well, I couldn't say that more conservative, or, you know, it's just more settled, or something that people could take me seriously.
Can you tell us about the collaboration with a Grammy Award winning artist in Vegas, the concerts? Who was that? Ito yung pangalan niya.
What was the name?
I forgot her name. Can you tell us kung sino na lang yung mga artists na nakasama mo while performing in Vegas? Those.
Oh, actually, I wasn't actually performing with like international artists, but local artists like Imelda Papin, Lani Misalucha, Deza, and sino pa? There were other artists also. Yung kasama ni Lani Misalucha also. He's a black guy. I forgot his name. My God, I can't believe it. But and actually, I was also hosting some, you know, like Philippine organizations, especially the recent. Independence Day. Actually, I was so lucky. I was so happy that they chose me. In fact, you know, it's like they could have gotten somebody else, right? You know, there's a lot of people, you know, that they could actually, you know, invite to be the host. But I was very lucky that they chose me with Eileen Papin. Eileen Papin is the sister of Imelda Papin. So, you know, and of course, you know, some private function stuff, mostly like that. Because in hotels, for example, like staying in a hotel and just like to stay there like a regular, you know, it's not really for me anymore. Because if I was gonna do that, it would be something like getting back to, you know, to like where I get started. You know, I'd rather go to like special functions, you know, that kind of stuff. So at least they could pay a little bit more money, right? So that's just basically what I was doing right there. And most of the time I was just out there shopping. You can actually see me on YouTube when I gave up everything, gave up all the clothes I got, all the shoes I got. I just gave up. I've just given them away, because I thought if I couldn't take them back to the Philippines, then what am I gonna do instead of being there, being rotten right there? So I thought I could just give them away. So I give them away to a couple like Mexican people. Yeah.
In the States, yun lang yung bread and butter mo, just performing, or do you have other businesses?
No, actually, my bread and butter was investments. Yeah, I took advantage of the fact that you know, the investing is really, you know, it was really hot that moment, because all the properties you could actually buy them very, very cheap at that time, especially the foreclosed ones. So I took advantage of that. I invested my money, you know, investing a lot of properties, and then right now, because you know, I left, so I just had to rent them out. So that's basically, you know, that's where, because being a singer or whatever, no, it wasn't really making a lot of money. For me, it was more of like, you know, spending my spare time of course, loving to, to what I was used to doing. So I was used to doing, I should say. So I thought, singing is not something that I could take it away from me, and that's the reason why I really had to, I really had to perform in my band everywhere else, we could ever get.